Following their creation in 1941, brought about thanks to a progenitor device and a trio of impure but loyal Daleks left over from Davros's army from the Medusa Cascade, the new Dalek Paradigm returned to their own time and began rebuilding the Dalek Empire from scratch. They returned to Skaro and rebuilt the Dalek city of Kalan, attempting to pull off a temporal incursion to conquer Earth in the meantime, and even appointed a new Dalek Emperor. However, this scheme was undone by the 11th Doctor, leaving Skaro once again a wasteland, the new Dalek Emperor destroyed, and Earth returned to its original unconquered state. During this period, it is believed that many of the Paradigm's Orange scientists were destroyed, as there were a high concentration of Orange Daleks at Kalan performing experiments on native life forms such as Varga plants, which were wiped out during this gambit. This could explain why there were far fewer, if any, Paradigm Dalek scientists seen after this point. Just as they had created a legion of Orange scientists and many more legions of Red drones, the new Dalek Paradigm also created an entire cast of Dalek strategists and set them to work devising schemes that the Daleks could use to conquer the civilizations of the universe. Several Paradigm Daleks, including a blue strategist, were captured by human forces and held at Station 7, a top-secret space station which was used to study Daleks. The new Dalek Paradigm attacked this facility to hunt down a defective Dalek known as the Abomination, which had been experimented on by human scientists and was demonstrating peaceful traits. However, their attempts to destroy this deviant Dalek were once again thwarted by the 11th Doctor. Yet another Paradigm Dalek Emperor attempted to use the Eternity Clock to put a time lock around London in 2106 in order to facilitate an invasion, a tactic which they intended to use on other planets. This Emperor had a force of many strategist and drone Daleks and piloted a brand new Imperial casing that was fitted with defensive shields and heavy weapons. The Emperor ultimately planned to erase Gallifrey from history, continuing a scheme originally devised by Davros during his brief tenure as Emperor Dalek to elevate the Daleks to the status of Lords of Time. However, the 11th Doctor and River Song were able to steal pieces of the Eternity Clock and derail the Daleks' plans. By this point, the new Dalek Paradigm were getting desperate. Joining an alliance with several other species from across the universe, including Cybermen, Sontarans, Judoon, Sycorax, Hoiks, Silurians, Nestine and Raxacoricofallapatorians, they attempted to trap the 11th Doctor in the Pandorica, though this plan eventually backfired and almost wiped out the universe, temporarily eradicating the members of the Alliance from history. A single Paradigm Dalek was partially restored, though it was later killed by River Song, and when the universe was put back on track by the Doctor, the Alliance appeared to have never existed. A lone Supreme Dalek was later found damaged and dying in its crashed spaceship, and the Doctor harvested its databanks to find out everything the Daleks knew about the Silence, a sinister enemy that had been pursuing the Doctor throughout his 11th incarnation. At this point it was clear that the Doctor was far more concerned about the threat posed by the Silence than that of the Paradigm Daleks. Following this string of defeats, the new Dalek Paradigm were eventually sidelined by the Dalek Empire. Despite their essential role in restoring the Dalek race, the Paradigm drones were removed from frontline duties and instead took up an administrative role in the Parliament of the Daleks. The Daleks were dealt a further blow when their knowledge of the Doctor was erased by the Oswin Dalek during their attempts to destroy the Dalek Asylum, which sent the Dalek leadership into chaos. The Dalek Prime Minister went insane trying to rationalise Dalek history without knowledge of the Doctor, and was compelled to bring the Dalek parliamentary flagship to Trenzalore in response to a mysterious signal emanating from the planet. In their attempts to attack Trenzalore, the Daleks became embroiled in a bloody siege that lasted for hundreds of years, as the Doctor and the Church of the Papal Mainframe would not allow the Daleks or any of the other races that had responded to the signal to set foot on the planet, as it contained the final link to Gallifrey. Thus began the Siege of Trenzalore. The Daleks fought against the Doctor and the other species, including Cybermen and Sontarans, to gain access to Gallifrey. During this time, they attacked the Papal Mainframe itself, and regained their knowledge of the Doctor from the Church. The sudden return of these memories caused the Dalek Prime Minister to finally snap, and it was exterminated by the Dalek Supreme, who, after centuries, finally regained its position as leader of the Daleks. After years of fighting, the Daleks finally broke through, but the Parliament was destroyed by the 11th Doctor's regeneration at the conclusion of the Siege of Trenzalore. As a result, most if not all of the Paradigm Daleks were destroyed. It is unknown if there are any Paradigm Daleks still out there, as the Eternal Dalek was not shown to be destroyed and could in theory still be out there somewhere. Regardless of whether any Paradigm Daleks survived or not, their function was completed. The Dalek Empire was restored to the universe. After a chaotic period as rulers of the Dalek race after their restoration to the universe following the Time War, the Paradigm Daleks seem to be gone for good. However, there is always a chance that the enigmatic Dalek Eternal will one day return to take revenge.